Welcome back, Wastelanders. This is Gary, and also known as the Last Ranger, but you can just call me Gary. I'm going to do a quick look because I haven't had the experience of the knife, both knives. I'll probably follow up with a review down the road. Initially, I've never heard of this company. It's called, let me pull my iPad out, WithArmor. I don't know if anybody else has heard of it. This first one, it kind of I think it kind of looks cool. You know, it was a yeah. This is a. It looks like a Elijah Isham design, but I'm fairly sure it's not. It's probably done in house, but and it's not the quality of a Civivi or a weed knife done by him. But I thought of it. It was kind of nice. It was kind of cool looking. So we're going to go over this knife. Okay, this is this WithArmor knife is the WAR066BK, and I believe it's called the FIN, FIN. Nowhere it says on the box, but I got it off the website. So, I'll just show you. This is the knife, their specs, and I'll do a measurement and a weight, because it doesn't give a weight, and it's surprisingly heavy. And I just had to check the ball bearing system, because for some reason I couldn't get this knife open. I couldn't get this knife to budge. I heated up the pivot. I applied oil in the pivot. I did everything, and it won't budge. I think it's super Loctited. So I got this knife at White Mountain Knives. I'll just show you that. So I got this knife at White Mountain Knives. Oh yeah, it says the FIN. Okay. But I didn't pay $39, $39.99. I used the LTK's 10% off, and I don't think it's worth $39. Just off the top of my head, I think it's more like a $30 knife at best, because I don't think it's. I'll probably have a different opinion when I carry it, but off of the top of my head and first impressions, it's kind of lacking because it's so heavy, and yeah. Anyway, let's show you the knife. But I think the knife looks cool. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it really looks cool. And it says it's D2 steel. Let's get a weight on it. And there's no titanium. It's basically G10 and all steel. And let's get a weight on this. I'll weigh both of the knives. So you can see it's 4.94 ounces. It's kind of a beast of a knife. And this other knife, it's 3.5. It's not bad. And honestly, flipping those knives for about an hour, you know, I sort of like this knife better. But we'll cover that later. The only thing that it bothers me, I can't get it open and service it so I can make it a better flipper. I'll probably try it again and again, but for the life of me, I worked on it like for 15 minutes. I couldn't get it open. It's like the CRKT in the Throwback Thursday 2 weeks ago. I couldn't get that open either. So, but it bothers me. So this came bone dry, and there was a noise from the pivot. I mean, not a noise, it's sort of like a dryness noise. It's sort of like metal moving on metal with no lubrication, if you know that what that sounds like. And I got it. Luckily I got some oil into the bearings without taking it apart, and it started flipping a little bit better, but it's not quite there. I think I need to work with the liner, because the liner probably has the ceramic bearing or bead on it, or for the pivot. But so I can't adjust it until I take it apart, I think. So if you use a little wrist, and it's not drop shutty at all, and it's, drop shuttiness is usually on bearings, so I imagine I didn't get oil and everything. So, but it was failing. I'll maybe tack that video on of it failing before I got it oiled. Okay, I'm gonna take this one apart because it doesn't have the greatest action. So I'm gonna see if I can improve it. Let me try to give it some wrist. So if I give it some wrist, yeah, man, so let's take this apart. Not doing a great job at flipping, and it's not centered, and I really wanted to get centered. I tried to, I could get the pivot out like, I don't know, like 3 turns, and then it would just stop. It would locked up. It's sort of centered. It's not bad, but I tried like hell to get it oiled, and this is the best I can do. But I like the looks of it, but it's just, and it feels comfortable in hand, but it's just a beast of a knife, because it shouldn't weigh that much, I think. But if they had made those out of aluminum parts, or maybe, I don't mind the steel on the pocket clip, but these should have been aluminum, and maybe aluminum, because of the price of the knife. If you look on their website, they are charging $95 for it. This should be titanium and all kinds of stuff, good stuff, for $95. But even $40, there should be some weight relief in there, using materials like aluminum or versus steel. I'm not overly excited about this knife, and I don't know if you can see on the back spacer, it's really rough milling on the inside, but on the outside is perfect. So they did a good job, but they sort of like cut corners on the milling on the inside. But I've had some Gerber knives look rougher on liners, and more expensive. So I think it's, I don't want to cut it down a lot, but I think it's decent. And I'm just going to cover the one knife, and I'll cover this knife in a separate video, because I'm thinking I'm going to run long. So I thought the presentation was fantastic. It's in a nice box, a nice presentation. You have a nice presentation card initially. It's just a piece of cardboard with printing on it, but there's a nice instructions, and it was kind of cool. But the knife came in a plastic, and on top of that, the knife came in a condom, like a condom-like sleeve with the plastic. So it was well protected, and I think that it had padding in here, and I think that padding fell out. I remember it was like a cushion in there, but it fell out somewhere during my unboxing. So, but it was a nice presentation. It was well protected, and like I said, this knife was like void of any kind of oil. This knife, we'll get to talking about how this knife was oiled. Anyway, yeah, I thought the presentation was nice. It's better than some Kershaw knives in the packaging. So I'm give you a little history about the company, because I felt like I need to give you a little history because I didn't know about it. It says, WithArmor, their original equipment manufacturer for many famous Western brands, and they soon began to manufacture hundreds of thousands of popular blades for companies such as Buck, SOG, Boker, CRKT, and Kershaw knives, to name a few. So apparently they've been around for hundreds, like 100 years. But I think they started manufacturing knives for other knife companies in, I think, 1980s, 84. I believe it's in the 1980s. And unless I'm just guessing, maybe they started trying to break out on their own and doing original designs for themselves. Honestly, I don't know about this company a lot about this company. I saw them. Their White Mountain Knives had some new knives, and I wanted to try them out. It's a little bit expensive. I like this knife, and I like the way this knife looks, but this is more functional. And the branding on both knives are very crazy. I don't really like the logo. But I like the knife. I like how the knife looks. And let's do some size comparisons. Just this is the bug out. Kershaw. This is the Spyderco Tenacious. So it's smaller than Spyderco Tenacious. So I don't want to say I regret purchasing this, but well, let's see how it goes. I really like this look. I like this treatment on here too. This wash. I just don't like this logo. Yeah, and I don't like the spelling of Armour either. Well, that's not a biggie. Yeah, I'll let you know when I carry it, and stay tuned for the review on this. I'll review this, I'll give you a first look at impression of this knife. This knife I kind of like. So all right, take care, Wastelanders. Sorry for the long-winded impression. Take care, Wastelanders. Bye-bye.